Hey, what's going on, everybody? Matt Besachio here once again for WMCT-TV and WMCT Sports, and welcome to another episode of the Senior Spotlight Show, where we bring different student athletes from different athletic programs throughout the city of Marlboro, bring them here in studio, and introduce them to you. And today, our guests are the senior captains from the AMSA girls lacrosse team. We've got Clare, Jakson, and Brooke Ryan. Ladies, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having us.
Well, of course. The Eagles are 14-4 on the season. Colonial League regular season champions with a perfect record of 6-0, 9-1 at home. They've scored 243 goals as a team. That's over 100 more than the rest of their competition in the division. And they are currently awaiting their seeding for the D4 MIAA state tournament. But before we talk about lacrosse, anything related to the field, we like to get to know them, talk about senior year and things like that. So Claire, we'll start with you. How has senior gone to this point? Actually, today they graduated. So just tell me about, not graduating, but being your last day.
Yeah.
So just tell me about what today was like.
It was a really bittersweet kind of day. It was a really nice day. We were together for a lot of the day, our whole grade, and we had a lot of time signing yearbooks and just like kind of talking about what the past 7 years for most of us at our school have been like. And it was just a very good feeling to finally leave the school. But at the same time, obviously, I'm grateful for all that it's done for me.
Yeah, I mean, you've developed these relationships with your classmates for, nearly a decade, and now like you're going to go into another aspect in, part of your life. You won't have them every day.
Yeah.
Is there a little bit of anxiety about moving on from friends and stuff like
that? I felt, weirdly enough, I felt a lot more of it my junior year when I was like trying to apply to colleges and everything. Like it was a lot of stress for me to just be like, oh my God, I'm actually going to leave all these people after being with them for like 10 years now, some of them even longer with like town sports and stuff. So I'm excited to branch out and meet new people, but obviously I'm really like grateful and thankful for all that these people have done for me these past 10 years.
Brooke, how about you? How was the day for you?
I definitely agree with Claire. It was a bittersweet moment. We got to do our final lap around the school, saying goodbye to everyone. And it's sad to kind of know we're leaving this all behind, but there's a lot of good memories built up from it.
Yeah, I'm sure. Now, there's a lot of good things to look forward to. Do you guys still have prom to look forward to, or is that already come and gone?
We already had it.
Yeah, how was that night?
It was a lot of fun. We had it at Wachusett. It was a good night.
Cool. Yeah. Good time for you as well?
Good time, yeah. They had the ski lift open. We got to go up. It was a little chilly, but very pretty views.
Unique experience, I would imagine,
definitely.
for sure. Did either one of you get prom proposal to? Was that a thing?
I didn't.
I did.
Yeah? Nice. How did that go?
It was good. It was just
very elaborate, a very intricate kind of thing. Because I grew up in the early 2000s. We didn't even really have phones, let alone like social media and different things like that. So I'm just kind of curious, as somebody that's a little bit older, what that's like, you know?
It was nice. It was just like a nice, like, sweet sign. I actually proposed to someone else because they didn't go to AMSA.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Well, very cool. Good for you guys. Claire, now speaking of, after graduation, do you have any plans for the summer?
I'm actually going to Portugal at the end of June for like 2 weeks.
I went on my honeymoon there. So.
Oh, really? Where'd you go?
I went to Lisbon, Albufeira, and it was a third place. My wife would kill me if I didn't remember. But yeah, we made our way around.
Yeah, I'm going to Lisbon and I think like the Algarves.
Okay, yeah, Algarve. That's what it was. Perfect. Make sure you bring your walking shoes for Lisbon. It is a lot. The hills are insane. So.
That's what. My mom has been telling me all about it.
Yeah. How about you, Brooke?
I'm gonna spend a lot of the summer working. I work at USA Ninja Challenge.
Cool.
So yeah. Also just like little day trips to the beach and just spending time with my friends.
Very typical summer experience.
Yeah.
Very cool. What about this fall?
This fall, I'm going to the University of Delaware, and I'm studying kinesiology.
Oh, awesome. What inspired you to get into that?
I want to become a physical therapist. It's just I've been around sports environments like a lot, so seeing that type of culture and like going to a physical therapist definitely inspired me. I actually got to shadow a physical therapist and kind of knew after that this is what I want to do.
Just understanding the impact that they had on you and how you want to be able to do that for other people too, huh?
Yeah.
Very cool, very cool. Claire, how about you?
I'm going to Fairfield University for nursing. And similar to Brooks, I had a really like impactful experience when I was younger with a nurse. So I eventually want to go into pediatrics and I want to work like in a doctor's office because I had a really good nurse practitioner when I was younger and I want to be able to do that for someone else.
Wow, so similar kind of thing. You just seeing how other people have kind of helped you and want to pass that forward.
Yeah.
Very nice. Now you're both 4.0 GPA students plus 4.0. Now, Claire, just talk to me a little bit about what it takes to be able to maintain that balance between, social life and school and athletics and really what it takes to be able to excel in all of them.
Yeah, so it definitely takes a lot of willpower. I'll say that. It's been difficult, but very rewarding, balancing all of like working and school and athletics. But at the end of the day, it's all just like so rewarding to me, and it helps me become like who I am as a person by taking all these aspects and like mashing them together every day. So I wouldn't change a thing.
Very cool. I mean, it only gets harder as you get older with other responsibilities that come into play. So you're setting yourself up very well for your future. So good for you. As far as like school is concerned, doing as well as you have, are there any teachers, Brooke, that you think maybe helped you along your way to get to this point?
I would definitely say Miss J. She was my AP Bio teacher, which is also another reason why I want to go into physical therapy. She showed me that topic, and I just fell in love with it. And she really just wants to see her students succeed, and she wants the best for everyone. We call her like our AP Bio mom. She's just a good person overall. It's good to have someone like that on your side.
I bet. Claire, anybody like that for you?
I would say probably Miss Bowen, because last year she was my AP microeconomics teacher last year and my AP macroeconomics teacher this year. And I switched into the class late, and I was a little nervous about it, but she's genuinely probably one of the best teachers I've ever had. She's a very engaging teacher, and she just like pushes us to do our best every day. So I really just appreciate that. And it's, even though it's not something that I'm like actively going to be using in my college career with nursing, it's still something that I think was really important to learn about, and I loved it.
That's great. I'm sure that they'll be very thankful and appreciative to hear those words. Now we'll transition now from academics to athletics. Claire, if you wouldn't mind talking to me a little bit about your relationship with Coach LeBar.
Yeah. So my freshman year, I believe, was when Coach LeBar started coaching the varsity level. At first, we were all kind of like, oh, like, who is this? Like, I had heard of her, but I hadn't really met her ever. But she honestly came in with, like, a drive. Like, she wanted to win from day one, and you could tell that she wasn't playing games. Like, but she does it in a very nice way. Like, she's a very understanding person. She's very compassionate, and she is just really incredible.
And hold you guys accountable
Yeah.
practices, games, and all that kind of stuff too. Brooke, can you tell me about maybe how she's helped you develop as a player over the years?
Well, I started lacrosse actually freshman year. It was my first time picking up a stick, and it was really nice to have someone who would go through the basics with you. And she just wants to see everyone succeed, so she really strives to get the little things down, so when we're out on the field, we're a better player. And she just always is there to give you like an extra boost, an extra like confidence booster too. But yeah, she just wants the best for all of us.
Well, that's great. Now, you guys were named captain by your peers, correct?
Yes.
Brooke, how does it feel to be acknowledged by your peer group in such a way?
It means a lot that they like view me as a leader and know that like I can help lead them. It shows that they like put trust in us, and I want to be able to succeed in that and leading them. Yeah. And I think I did. So.
Well, how would you describe your leadership style?
I mean, me and Claire just kind of work together with our leadership. We have a very positive mindset going into everything because we do play some tougher opponents, and we just try to keep the mood high and just everyone smiling.
Yeah, we kind of balance each other out perfectly.
Yeah,
I'm the loud one, she's the quiet one.
Okay, it's a good cop, bad cop kind of situation. I was going to ask you what your leadership style is like.
Yeah.
So it's more of the authoritative kind of.
A little bit. I try to still be pretty.
Yeah.
But like every time we're warming up, I'm the one who yells the next drill. Brooke tries sometimes.
Yeah, mine's more one-on-one leadership. Hers is more
broad.
I can tell just by like your voice, like projecting may be something that's a little bit difficult at times to do. You have a very sweet voice. I'm not saying that, but I can't imagine you getting on the field. Like, hey guys, let's go. You know.
Yeah.
No, that's very cool. You guys are both two varsity sport players in lacrosse and in soccer as well. So Claire, looking back at your career in both, is there a singular moment that sticks out that you'll remember 5, 10, 15 years down the road?
I think this is more of like a general one, not like a specific one, but I just think winning any state playoff game, like last year, I think for the first time in program history, we won a lacrosse game in states, and that was like a pretty surreal feeling. And it was the same, we went the furthest that we've ever gone in states this year for soccer, so it was kind of just crazy being a part of both of those teams.
You know, just raising the level of the program.
Yeah.
You know, just showing the underclassmen and, you know, everyone else behind you that this is possible and you can build on
Exactly,
this.
and we're just hoping to like set the bar low so they can just push right past it. I can't wait.
Brooke, what about you? Is there a moment that kind of sticks out maybe?
I agree with Claire. Like those winning games, like when they're really close at the end and we get like that one goal after being tied, it's just like that feeling. It's just amazing, and I definitely will stick with me.
All right, now we're going to switch gears to the quote portion of the interview. It's one of my favorites. I've got quotes from their head coach and from their athletic director, Pete Jones. We'll read it to them and we'll get their reaction in real time here. So, Claire, we'll start with you. And the first one is from Coach Labar. Claire is a fantastic team leader on and off the field. She sees the field well, possesses the ball with composure, has a quick shot, and plays aggressively to the net. Claire currently holds the AMSA girls lacrosse record for total career points with 178. And if you're keeping score at home, that's 114 goals and 64 assists so far. And then from athletic director Pete Jones, Claire Jakson has been a prolific offensive player for us in lacrosse, which is a juxtaposition, way to throw that word at me, Pete, great, for her defensive-minded soccer abilities. She has scored more than 100 goals in her lacrosse career and has been a great leader as our captain this year. I'll miss Claire's sense of humor. She is quick-witted and always liked to bust my chops, which I thoroughly enjoyed. Claire is equal parts competitive and compassionate and cares deeply about her teammates. You know, when you hear things like that from people who have observed you over the years, you know, how does that make you feel?
It's really, oh my God, it's really special to me to be like talked about like that. It's really important to me that I'm a good person to everybody around me. So just to hear that like I'm actually doing a good job is really kind of gonna leave an impact on my heart.
You know, just seeing that the hard work over the years, the dedication, you know, the being meticulous and making sure that you care for different people on your team, not just like the really good players, but maybe players that don't get as much burn that need that extra push and support.
Yeah.
You know, so that's great, and it's really nice that you've been acknowledged like that. I agree. Brooke, now your quotes. First from Coach Labar. Brooke is a quiet leader and someone the team can always count on. She has great stick control in the attack zone, and she sees the field well. She elevates the players around her with her positive attitude. And Pete Jones goes on to say, Brooke's abilities and leadership qualities are a bit understated and perhaps even a bit overlooked because she is so quiet and unassuming. But don't get it twisted. She's been a fantastic player and a leader for us in both lacrosse and soccer. She's such an easy kid to root for. You always want to see Brooke do well because she is so humble. As I got to know her better, I could really sense how much of a selfless athlete she was. Truly a team-first player. How does that make you feel?
It definitely means a lot. Like, I know there's a lot of quiet kids out there, and like just, I'm not like as loud as Claire, and it's nice to get recognized for that still.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a good example for other players that are younger, underclassmen, who may not be the most vocal, but to see them or to see somebody like you as a leader, as a captain that people look up to, it gives them that sense that that could be me. I could be that captain someday that other people are looking up to.
Yeah.
You know, so despite the fact that you might not be the most boisterous and you don't project incredibly well, it doesn't mean that you don't have a real impact on people. So really, I mean, it's a real testament to you guys. Congratulations on the outstanding careers that you both have had.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. All right, now we're going to switch to the shout out portion of our program here. The girls can take as little or as long as they'd like to, point out different people in their lives that have helped them get to this point. So Brooke, we'll start with you. Who would you like to shout out?
I'd like to shout out my parents. They've been with me through the whole ride, really pushing me to be the best version of myself. And they want the best for me, and they make sure I'm getting that. And they've just always been my #1 supporter, and I really appreciate that. Definitely helped shape me to who I am today.
Good for you. Claire.
Obviously, I'd like to shout out my parents too. My dad is actually one of our assistant coaches, so that's a little bit of a different dynamic. But yeah, he kind of just stepped up one day and was like, "Hey, I'm coming to your lacrosse practice." And I was like, "All right." But him and my mom have been by my side, and they've supported me through all of my crazy endeavors, balancing school, work, athletics, everything. And then also, I would just like to thank my coaches, obviously, all of my coaches. And just like my brother, my friends, the people that supported me to get here.
All right, well, thank you very much for sharing that. That was very nice. That is going to conclude our interview here today. Claire, Brooke, thank you so much. Best of luck to you guys going forward next year in school, and even more immediately, you guys in the upcoming state tournament, all right?
Perfect. Thank you so much for having us.
You're very welcome. This episode of the Senior Spotlight Show, along with the rest of them that we shot over the past 2 years, I think this is the 16th, can be found on our website at WMCT-TV.com and across all of our social media platforms. So once again, for Claire and for Brooke, I'm Matt Besachio, and we will see you next time.